Example 3. You are studying two glaciers. In 2000, Glacier A had an area of about 40 square miles and Glacier B had an area of about 32 square miles. You estimate Glacier A will melt at a rate of 2 square miles per decade, and Glacier B will melt at a rate of 0.25 square miles per decade. In what year will the areas of the glaciers be the same? So let's take a look at Glacier A versus Glacier B. Now, Glacier A, we're starting with an area of 40 square miles, and then it's melting at a rate of 2 square miles per decade. Now, let's think about that. First of all, decade means every 10 years. So we're starting with 40 square miles and we're melting, meaning we're getting rid of. So we're going to subtract 2 per decade. So if we go 1 decade, I could substitute 1, which would be 2. So 40 minus 2 would be at 38. Then after that, I'd take off another 2, which would drop me to 36, and then 34, and then etc. But you could keep substituting how many decades in, and this would be your expression to figure that out. Now, Glacier B, it says, has an area of about 32, and it's melting at 0.25 per decade. So we're going to have 32 minus 0.25x. That's my expression for Glacier B. Now, in what year will the areas be the same is telling us, okay, well then when is 40 minus 2x equal to 32 minus 0.25x? Now, we can solve that by hand, but the point of this is to solve by graphing. So this is where we would have to graph y equals 40 minus 2x, and we would have to graph 32 minus 0.25x. But those are rather large numbers, so we're going to use a graphing calculator. Grab your Google Chrome, type in Desmos.com. I was already there, but if you're not, we're going to do a graphing calculator. And then our first one was 40 minus 2x, and just hit enter. At the moment, you're not going to see anything because we have a y-intercept at 40, and this graph only goes to like 7. Then we're going to type in 32 minus 0.25x, and again, you're not going to see anything, but we have to go find it. If they have y-intercepts of 40 and 32, we're going to come up. Oh, there it is. And we want where they intersect. Just click right on there and hover. 4.571, 30.857. Now, more importantly, x is 4.571. That's what I want. So that's telling me that after 4.571 decades, both of my glaciers are going to have an area of 30.857 square miles. Okay, they've already like substituted it back in. So we can record that. After 4 decades, both glaciers, which I'm spelling wrong, will have an area of, and what did we say that number was? 30.857 square miles. But ultimately, your answer is right here.